This has massive implications for the Broncos in a win or go home AFC Championship game in the Mile High City with a quarterback at the helm that we did not expect to be the starter this coming weekend. The Broncos have a golden opportunity to punch their ticket to Super Bowl 60. And although there's a lot of doubt circulating around the world, around the media, if Jarrett Stidham is capable of leading the Broncos as the now starting quarterback to Super Bowl 60, I think they're more than capable of taking care of the Patriots and punching their ticket to Super Bowl 60. And we're going to talk about all of it. We're going to break it all down, see how these two teams match up, and dive a little bit more into the Jarrett Stidham conversation now that it's 100% confirmed that he will be our starting quarterback this coming weekend. Welcome into Broncos Digest, everybody. I'm Mark Robinson, joined by Sebastian Georgiev as usual. We got a great episode for you today. Sebastian, how have the emotions been over the last few days from winning the AFC Championship to immediately sulking on the fact that we lost Bo, maybe some hope now that we've kind of set the reality of the fact that we have Jarrett Stidham as the starter? We haven't gotten the chance to collab like this since the game ended. So where are the emotions in that for you?
I think both of us hit it. It hit pretty hard. Just like almost all of Broncos country, it was like 40 minutes of pure jubilation. I mean, it was an absolute thrilling classic of a playoff game against Josh Allen, which had some crazy consequences because this morning Sean McDermott got fired from the Buffalo Bills. So we kind of ended that tenure and that duo between Josh and McDermott. Crazy enough. And it was an amazing game. Bo with one of the most clutch drives in Broncos history, recent history, to end the fourth quarter. And then obviously to get us into field goal range to win the game. I don't really believe in any of the controversy stuff that they keep trying to bring up on Twitter. It's kind of obnoxious to me. That's
like the locker room stuff.
Or no, just the interception stuff. Like I'm just like those calls. Like I think it's so obviously an interception, and anyone who says otherwise just doesn't know ball. So anyway, like there's that the PIs. The last PI was like 1,000% a PI. The first one, you could argue one way or another, but still, like the roughing the passer was still absolutely roughing the passer. So
I heard a really, really great take on a football show this morning. It's called The Cold Tub with Nate Jackson and Jake Plummer. Jake Plummer was talking about how those were PI calls for sure, but earlier in the game, and this is kind of a neutral take, which is why I love it so much. Earlier in the game, there were a bunch of PI calls too. Like Riley Moss had one or two plays where he was blatantly not turned around, facing forward, hands on the receiver, grabbing him, and they didn't get called. I think a lot of frustration people are having is that they were letting him play earlier in the game, and then when it came down to overtime, when it was down to the wire, that's when the flag started coming out. And I think that's why people have been kind of frustrated. But I mean, if you turn the ball over 5 times, you're going to probably lose the game no matter what the calls are in the end. So I don't know what you guys want us to do. It was 100% an interception for Jaquan McMillan. And whether or not the calls were correct, which I think they were in the end of the game, you can't turn the ball over like that.
They also, Sean Payton mentioned it in a post-game presser, they missed a holding call in the end zone that should have been a game-ending safety. So it goes both ways, guys. I mean, the right team won the game. I hate to, I mean, I know I'm biased, but like, in the end, it's football. You got it. Josh had his chances. So anyway, I think it's crazy stuff's going on in the league, and then the Bo news, obviously devastating, like we've talked about in past videos since the game has ended. But we know we're going to be facing the Patriots now, and it's going to be a revenge game for Stidham, which should be really fascinating. Before we go any further in this video, we do have to shout out our sponsor.
Before we get into the rest of today's show, this video is brought to you by Kalshi. If you download Kalshi using the link in the description and use code DIGESTNFL, you're going to get $20 when you trade your first 100. Kalshi is the largest prediction market in the United States, and on their platform you can trade yes or no on real-life events such as sports, elections, news, really everything you can find on Kalshi. Now, whether you're in California, Texas, or anywhere across the country, Kalshi is now live in all 50 states. For sports fans, we can trade on game outcomes, playoff chances, or player performances, all on a regulated market where you can cash out at any time. Looking ahead ahead here for the NFL schedule, we can look at the number one pick odds on Kalshi, as a Fernando Mendoza is skyrocketing right now, but Dante Moore, you never know what could happen with the NFL and their odds on the first round pick. We can also pick an out-of-the-bucket option and go with Arvel Reese. This is genuinely a smarter way to use your sports and news knowledge, and you can close positions whenever you want. Again, download Kalshi with the link in the description and use code DIGESTNFL to get your $20 bonus.
All right. So, I mean, let's just jump right into it. The fact that, the Patriots this past offseason did a ton of work on Stidham to try and bring him over to their team to be their backup says a lot about what they think about him and how much faith they have in him. And then the Broncos were able to re-sign him because Stidham actually really does like Sean Payton. He spent 2 previous years, and this was his 3rd season with the Broncos. He actually started 2 games with the Broncos when we benched Russell Wilson, if you remember. We didn't win either of those games, but at different circumstances, the Broncos had kind of punted on the season at the time. But how are you feeling just right now with Stidham and this whole situation? I guess I'll give my take later, but I actually have faith.
Yeah. Before I answer that question, I do want to actually quickly ask you a question.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I was looking at Stidham's Football Reference, and it says he has a game this year. Do you remember if at any point he played this year?
He only did a kneel down. He didn't start any game.
I know he didn't start any game, but I just was having trouble recalling any time that he ever entered the game.
It was just a kneel down. I think it was when we were blowing out the Cowboys.
Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds about right.
But
okay.
yeah, that was the only regular season snap he took.
Yeah. Okay, a few things for me that come to mind with Stidham. You look at, I love how a bunch of his highlights are circulating right now all over social media.
The edits are crazy.
Just putting together these hilarious edits. You look at, there's 2 specific things that come to mind for me. You look at his preseason with the Broncos, which we're going to get into, and you also look at his brief stint with the Raiders. Those ways that he plays, that style of quarterback, a little bit simpler than Bo. Bo's kind of all over the place in the best way possible. Trust me, I'm a believer through and through. I'm not one of the people that, because there's literally some people out there that are happy that Stidham's now coming in and starting. Like
Crazy.
Someone in our Broncos Digest comment section was like, this is a long time coming. I've wanted Bo out since week 5.
Oh, God.
But either way, with what we have as far as a backup quarterback, I mean, Sean Payton said Stiddy's ready. He's a starting quarterback on a good handful of teams in the National Football League. I agree with that. I think he also plays quarterback more to a style that Sean Payton is used to coaching and used to play calling. He's a little more comfortable in the pocket. He's a little bit more of a pocket heavy quarterback. He's not rolling to the left or the right as frequently, but he also has really good judgment as to when he needs to leave the pocket and find space to rush and all that kind of stuff. So I am excited to see if the play calling changes with Stidham at the helm, or if Sean Payton continues to go with his gut and kind of use this central plan that he has already used all year. But I have a lot more faith than I think I initially did. When I got the initial news, I was ready to throw my phone on the ground. I was in shambles. I couldn't believe it. And I was like, we're done. It's over. But the more I've kind of soaked in the news and thought about what we actually have going on, I have a little more faith in Stidham than I did originally. And I think he could shock a lot of people.
Yeah. I truly believe that the Broncos could still be Super Bowl 60 champions. I don't love our chances if we face the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, but the Rams, I do think that we could beat with Stidham. But still, I mean, we've seen weirder things in the NFL. And regarding Stidham, I do think that, like you said, pocket passer, Bo seemingly has almost been like better throwing it on the run sometimes. And we're probably not going to be seeing that.
Oddly enough, yes.
Yeah, we're not going to be seeing that too much, I think, with Stidham. But it's a little bit more like Drew Brees. Drew Brees was like one of the ultimate pocket passers, and Sean Payton knew exactly how to coach him up. So I don't know if Stidham's definitely not as accurate as Drew Brees was, but as long as we limit, the mistakes and the turnovers, go heavy in the run game, our offensive line is still elite. And if we get J.K. Dobbins back for this week, which he has teased, he would be back for the AFC Championship game. We'll see how that develops. I actually think that this could be huge. It would be huge. I actually think that the Broncos would have a real chance. And it is in Denver, and it's worth noting that the Patriots are 0-4 in the playoffs when coming to Denver. So it's kind of their kryptonite. So it's 2016 all over again. There's been a lot of nostalgia like that all over the internet, and we're just reliving it right here in 2026. But
did you see that if the Broncos and Jarrett Stidham win on Sunday against the Patriots and go to the Super Bowl, and if the Seahawks beat the Rams, but if Sam Darnold's oblique injury gets worse,
oh my God, Drew Lock,
we would have a Jarrett Stidham versus Drew Lock Super Bowl.
That would be the most diabolical Super Bowl matchup.
There's nothing more in the world I want than a Jarrett Stidham Drew Lock Super Bowl 60.
I mean, even if Darnold plays, it's kind of wild to think that like he would be the first of the 2018 draft class to reach the Super Bowl, like before Lamar, before Josh Allen, before Baker, like any of those guys. So that is kind of crazy. But focusing on the Broncos, Davis Webb, who's been like a head coaching candidate for a lot of other teams and offensive coordinator candidate, he's gonna have his hands full, getting Stidham ready for this game. I mean, this is easily the biggest game of Stidham's career. It would have been Bo's biggest game of his career, but I do believe that. I mean, I don't know if you noticed with Sean the way that he was like smirking when he said that like Stidham would be ready, like just watch. Like you can tell he has the utmost faith that like Stidham can win this game. It gave me confidence. It made me want to run through a brick wall. I was like, okay, dude, I like it. So I don't know.
Which is classic Sean Payton.
Oh, I mean, for sure. Yeah.
That's just how he operates, and it's how he goes, and I respect the hell out of it. He instills confidence in every single person that sits in that media room, everybody that he's talking to worldwide. It's impressive how much confidence he can, how much he can make people feel strong about a certain situation. Who knows? We'll see though.
Yeah. I mean, Stidham, he was showing off so much in the preseason that there were conversations this season between you and I. We were like, do we turn to Stidham? Like after like the Raiders game, that 10-7 victory, we were like, this is rough to watch. Like, do the Broncos consider sitting Bo for a little bit to give him his confidence back? I think we both ended up saying that that's probably not the right move, just because development is still a thing. You have to go through tribulations and stuff. But there's a reason why we were having that discussion. It's because Stidham looks so good in the preseason. And I really do have a ton of confidence that he can make a lot of great throws and really be just a field manager or a field general where he getting the ball to our playmakers. And listen, if Pat Bryant, which he was teasing, he would be back for this game, I think that, I mean, you could tell that the game plan for the Bills game was going to be a heavy Pat Bryant game until he got hurt. So if we can get him back, J.K. Dobbins back, hopefully Troy Franklin is okay. But honestly, Bryant and Dobbins, I would feel so much more confident having those guys back. And Stidham looks fantastic. 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, 143 passing rating in the preseason. Like, again, preseason versus AFC Championship, it's two different worlds. But, I mean, he's been in the system for 3 years. I don't buy the whole, let's go get Phillip Rivers. Let's bring Tom Brady out of retirement. No, like, let's stick with the guy who knows the system. I know everyone's kind of on the copium right now, but this is still our best option.
I agree. First of all, it's crazy that you're even allowed to just consider signing some random retired quarterback out of retirement just for like, can you imagine if, this is just one example that comes to my mind, freaking Cam Newton, who's like been all over TV this season as a reporter doing some stuff and all this kind of things. He just randomly is like, oh shit, I'm suiting up for an AFC Championship, potentially a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
After not doing, like, it's crazy that you're even allowed to do that.
No, I know.
But I'd rather have Stiddy through and through.
I agree completely. So I think that Broncos country has kind of calmed down a little bit. Like we've mentioned, we've had a few days to process, and I think everyone's getting behind, the horse, getting ready to like really just charge into Denver. It's still at home. They still got to come to us, and I think that Broncos country is going to be rocking. And I think Sean made the right call because he said that we figured it was the best time to announce the Bo injury, like basically immediately as they found out. And I really respect Sean for doing that because it could have been easy to just be like, let's wait till Monday. But, there's no doubt that the rumors would start to, spill out overnight. And it's better to just get it out of the way, rip the Band-Aid off, so that sooner rather than later, we can be like, okay, here we go. Let's get behind Stidham, and we just have to win 2 games and we're champs. So I think it's very much still in the cards that the Broncos can do it. And this defense, listen, they did not have the strongest game against the Bills. I know 5 turnovers was 5 turnovers, but boy, it felt like they couldn't stop a nosebleed in terms of yardage. And I think that they're going to be looking to perform a lot better against the Patriots and a team that's also still rebuilding themselves. I think these are 2 teams, weirdly enough, who are in rebuilds going against each other because I think both these teams have a chance to be better next season, weirdly enough. But I don't know. I have a lot of confidence. Nick Foles had this amazing tweet yesterday that I know we wanted to talk about. You want to take it away?
I'm going to read it word for word because it's electric. Nick Foles says, "Note, look how many views this has. 15 million views.
I know.
Note for the Broncos and their fans. I know it's been an emotional 24 hours. I feel for Bo and the team. I'm sending prayers for a strong recovery. A positive note going into the game versus the Patriots that they struggle against backup quarterbacks in championship type games."
Dude, what a legend.
So funny. It's almost like it's literally like something you'd put on LinkedIn. Like the way he phrased it. Like it's so professional and corporate-esque. Like literally you could compare it to like somebody saying like a positive note going into this negotiation is this other company struggles with this type of approach for coming to this type of a deal or something.
It's like Verizon taking a shot at AT&T or something.
It's so funny. He's like, a positive note going into the game is that the Patriots do struggle against backup quarterbacks. So funny. I just love how he came out and said this. A bunch of people in this comment section were saying, give Stiddy a call, give him some wisdom, which I think would be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, this is literally the exact position Nick Foles was in, and it couldn't have gone better for the Eagles. Call him up, give him some advice, help him out a little bit.
We were getting comparisons to the 2017 Eagles before the Bo injury because of the underdog nature of being the 1 seed. And now that we lost our starting quarterback, it is quite simply the same situation now. And I think that, with Foles now coming out and saying this, it feels like a team of destiny. I mean, this team is so special, and I know you agree with this, Marco, just the amount of moments that have happened this season. I mean, the Bills game was just incredible, but the Giants game, the Eagles game, the Washington overtime ending, like there's been so many special moments that it feels like it would be such a bummer to for the season to end in Denver with the Patriots trying to get their first win against us in Denver. This doesn't feel like the end of our story. Now, I could be wrong. I don't want to jinx us, but at the same time, I feel like this team will be ready. It's better that we find out about the Bo injury now so that Stidham has a whole week to prepare rather than Bo hurting, re-injuring that ankle to start the game against the Patriots. And then Stidham's just kind of thrown into the works. He's going to have a whole week to prepare with the starters, and I trust that, the guys are going to have him ready.
Me too. I'm very excited for it, and I think any area we're lacking in the quarterback respectiveness, the defense, the run game, it's all going to back it up, and everything happens for a reason. It's all going to be electric. You see it up there, right there. The last 4 standing.
Yep.
Who would have thought? Sam Darnold, Stafford, Drake May, and Jarrett frickin' Stidham.
Yep.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait either. Sunday, it's 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So we will have the first championship game on Championship Sunday. That's bode well for us because I believe when we were in the AFC Championship game against the Patriots last time, we were the early championship game. We won, and then we waited to see who we would face afterwards. So hopefully history repeats itself there. It's a really fun feeling when you win that game to go to the Super Bowl and you get to watch one more football game to see who you're going to face. And I hope that we have that same experience on Sunday. But we'll be talking about more and more just injury updates as we go along. Crossing fingers for Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin, J.K. Dobbins, all these guys. But, one more week of having an awesome coaching staff with Davis Webb, Vance Joseph, all these guys. We just need to finish the job. But any closing thoughts, possibly?
Before we get into the rest of today.
There's a reminder to go visit Kalshi.com and trade on everything going on in the NFL. Use code DIGESTNFL. Final thoughts for me. Just Stay tuned to everything we're doing here at Broncos Digest. We are going to be hammering the content out this week. There's a lot of attention on this team, so we're going to be making sure to keep you covered on everything that's gone on. No promises yet, but fingers crossed, hoping to have some special guests on the channel. And we're also collabing with Patriots Digest for, I think, 1 or 2 videos as well. So a lot of exciting stuff. So make sure that you're hitting that subscribe button, joining this Broncos Digest family. We got a lot of great stuff coming for you this week, leading up to the biggest game of the last 10 years.
1,000%. I'm going to get a reaction video from the Bills Broncos game out as well, because I know not everyone was able to watch the stream. And I'm hoping to do a stream for the AFC Championship game, but there's a chance that I might be like in the city, like doing like a group watch. So we'll let you guys know as we go along. But yeah, lots of content to come. But until the next video, guys, we'll see you then, probably very shortly. But go Broncos. We'll see you guys later.